If you wake up and you just feel dull, tired, and like your life is on repeat, today I'm going to tell you exactly why that is and help you overcome it for good. Now, before we jump into this, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Carson. I started this channel basically just as a way to talk about the mistakes and the lessons I'm going through in an effort to hopefully make sure you don't make those same mistakes and become the best version of yourself just a little bit faster. Now, here's the thing. The reason that, probably all of us at this point, at least all of us who are watching this video, and me included, feel so dull and like the world has no color or life anymore, is because we are numb because of overstimulation. Our world, how it's designed right now, is constant stimulation. Either something crazy is happening in our real world and we're super attentive to it, or we have something crazy going on our phone, some sort of story from someone else that's making our emotions go all over the place. Typically, years and years ago, people would only have whatever was going on around them in the real world. But as we start getting newspapers, as we start getting more news about other people's lives going on, we are getting much more stimulus from many different places, which in turn is raising our baseline. Now, let's talk about the structure of dopamine and why this is happening to all of us. Dopamine as a whole, the structure of it, to keep it plain and simple, because I did a video on this a few days ago, we all have a baseline of dopamine that's going here. Whenever we get some sort of stimulus, like eating something we really enjoy, or watching something, or some sort of pornographic content, we get a spike in our dopamine, and then it goes back down. But the thing is, it doesn't go back down to that baseline level. That baseline level is then increased. So it's a little bit higher than it was previously, meaning stuff isn't going to have that same hit or that same effect as it previously would, which means we need more and more stimulus in order to get that same feeling because our baseline level is higher, so we don't get that same spike we used to. Which means, since we have so much of the stimulus coming from the craziest places, we can literally get access to the craziest things that people would have never seen in their entire life. Normal life can't compete anymore. Our normal life isn't as exciting as whatever we're seeing on our phone because our phone is the craziest of craziest stuff. Now, the more you flood spikes into your system, the less sensitive your baseline is going to become because it's raised. So, an example of this, a lot of us scroll social media and then we go and try to have some sort of deep conversation with someone, whether that's someone we know, like our family or friends, or a potential partner or a colleague, whatever it is. We try to have that conversation, but it's not as exciting. It's not giving us that same satisfaction to go out there and seek those conversations because it's boring. That human connection doesn't give us that dopamine or excitement. And all we can think about is getting back on our phone because what's on our phone is a million times more exciting. So, getting a little bit more personal here. There was a time in my life where, honestly, my life just felt bland. I'd wake up and I would have zero excitement really. I'd roll over, I'd get on my phone, get very stimulated, and the rest of the day would just kind of be like I'm not even in my body. Like I'm just going through the motions, doing the same things as I did yesterday, and nothing exciting happened. The only excitement or joy I got would be me going on my phone or doing something along those lines. And it took me until I sat down and really thought about this and became conscious of it, about how detrimental this cycle I was going through really was for me to get out of it and start thinking about making a correction. Now, one thing that really drove this point home for me and kind of made me realize like, oh freak, this is actually a huge problem, is I thought back to when I was a little kid. Or think of any little kid you know right now. Think of how excited they are about every little thing, about how the most exciting thing they could be doing right then was going outside and playing around. Where if we went outside and tried to play around right now, we'd probably get bored in maybe freaking 5 minutes and hop on our phones, unless it was something very, very stimulating. But if we just went outside and were picking grass or something, we would just jump right on our phone because we don't get that same stimulus. But I can remember back when I was a little kid, dude, I would sit there for hours pulling grass out of the ground and eating the little white thing on the end. For hours. Dude, if I tried to do that now, holy frick, I'd be bored out of my mind. But my point is with this, is the excitement in the world is not gone. It's just buried in overstimulation. Let me say that again. The excitement in the world is not gone. It is just buried by overstimulation. So, what can you do? How can you overcome this? How can we all overcome this and get back to that point of enjoying every little thing that life has to offer and have actual life be exciting again? You don't need to be doing more. You need to be doing less. Stop trying to add stuff in. Start cutting things out and be okay with just sitting there doing nothing. Most people, and me a couple years ago, if I tried to sit down and film these videos, even if it's just 10 minutes of me sitting here talking, I'd get distracted, my mind would be drifting off, I'd be thinking about other things, I wouldn't be able to do it. So just start learning to do nothing. Start learning to do less. Now, my challenge for you, as we all know, nothing's gonna change by you sitting here watching these videos. You have to actually take action and do these things if you want to see change. So, you watching this right now, I challenge you to do this. Don't just go watch another video, do this. I want you to cut one cheap dopamine hit out of your life, whether that's junk food, whether that's 10 hours on social media every day, whether that's pornography, whatever it is, cut that dopamine out. Cheap dopamine is anything that you can get with the snap of your fingers that you don't have to work for. Going to the gym, that's not cheap dopamine because you have to work for it. Anything that you don't have to work for and it's cheap dopamine, cut it out of your life for 7 days. Start with 7 days, that's it. I promise you're already gonna notice a difference in the way you operate and your drive for going out there and chasing things. Now, for those of you who feel like your dopamine is just beyond cooked and you just feel like you have no purpose, no direction, and life just feels a little bit depressing, it's time for you to take that first step. So down in the description of this video, I made a little quiz that I wish I had when I started out. It's like 5 questions. You can answer those. It's gonna help you uncover why you're stuck and how to actually break free for good. So it's gonna give you an actionable first step that you can take to actually overcome this issue that we're in right now. So hopefully it helps out. I think it's a really good first step for people. Is it the best first step for you? I have no idea, but it's an effort I made to hopefully be that first step. So with that said, as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you learned at least one thing new, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow for yet another video and some more wisdom. Peace.